Hello there, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do another speed build. This one is a residential lot and it is actually right next to one of my previous builds that I did. And that one, I was so shocked about it because on the gallery, I think that Maxis favorited it. And I think right now it has above 3,000 downloads. And I guess that's been kind of my most successful build, but to be honest, I don't know. I mean, I like it. I have a lot of builds that I really liked as well. So I'm not really sure why that one was, really, I guess a lot of people downloaded it and stuff. One of the reasons I think that Maxis saw it was that it had the word llama in the download link, and that's probably why. But yeah, so today we're gonna do another modern build. I really like modern houses, but at the same time, I guess I understand why some people don't really like them. It's probably because they're a little bit boring, they're kind of boxy, and this one is kind of like that, but I actually really like it. It uses a lot of different just a lot of different surfaces, a lot of vertical, a lot of horizontal, walls. I use a lot of half walls as well. And I don't know, I guess it creates kind of a cool aspect. There's a lot of different things going on, and yeah, interestingly, so I kind of designed the front part and I was just moving some walls around, and then when I rotated to the back, it actually didn't look half bad. I wasn't really designing anything for the back yet. I was gonna leave it kind of blank, but it actually turned out kind of cool, so I kept it like that because I was gonna do something completely different with the back of the house, but it actually turned out pretty okay. So yeah, but as you can see, we have this kind of stone centerpiece kind of thing, that really long and narrow stone accent thing. And that is supposed to be solid stone, so there's nothing inside. You'll see when we get into furnishing that it's kind of it's essentially hollow, but I really wish in The Sims that you could make it a solid, filled in wall. Yeah, so it's kind of, with The Sims, it really doesn't matter, but I really wanted to keep it kind of realistic, that there would be nothing inside that little one tile by however long it is. And yeah, let me address the biggest thing about this video. Yes, it is a whopping 30 plus minutes. I had a really tough time trying to figure out which part I wanted to keep and which part I wanted to remove. So I settled on the fact of not removing anything. This is sped up 4 or 5 times speed or something, and nothing is left out. So this is the entire build process. I've actually done super minimal editing. I just did this build yesterday night. Finished it at 12 a.m. in the morning, probably 12:30 or something like that, and just edited it today. And yeah, we are just going to do the voiceover now, and it's publishing tomorrow. And yeah, I really have to remember also to put the download link. I always forget to put it. Super sorry about that if you guys are really wanting to download it right away and put it into your game. But yeah, I'm really trying to become a stickler on putting download links. I always put it up on the gallery, but I don't know, weeks after I actually post the video, so that's a little bit of a problem. And yeah, so I am using 2 different kind of windows. I actually really like the window on the browner side, the brown, I don't know what that is. Is it paint? I don't know, but it has the kind of small paneling, but it's only 2 squares wide, and that big sort of gray paneled section, that one was an odd number of tiles, so I couldn't get the windows to align properly, so I ended up using 2 different kinds of windows. I think it looks okay. And yeah, and then the door is that really kind of secretive door. It's a really interesting door because it's almost just like a block of wood, but it has a couple of little panels of translucent like glass and stuff. And yeah, so another big theme about this house is that I use these vertical beams. I haven't used them in a while in my houses, but I'm using them again, and I really like it. I used it pretty much all on the outside. I don't think I used it on the inside ever, but yeah. So also, in addition to having two different kinds of windows, there's actually three different kind of wall styles. 4 if you count the fence. So with the fence in quotation marks, it's actually not a fence, it's the half wall, but it's the highest half wall, 3/4 wall, whatever you call it. And I put the panels on it to make it look like it was kind of like a fence, and I think it works pretty well. I really like the idea of a closed-in garden section, so I do have that. And yeah, so also with the stone, that large stone accent on this build, what was I gonna say? I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I did actually change it into 2 different stones. So as you can see from the top of the house, it's all one stone, but if it was all one stone, you actually couldn't walk into that other section of the home. So I ended up making it into 2. You'll see when we get into the furnishing. And yeah, so I continued these windows because a lot of the back I only had room for, it was like odd tile numbers, and I liked only one of the tiles to have windows. So I ended up using only that window in the back. And yeah, so the specifications of this build, it's only a 1 bedroom. I actually don't mind 1 bedrooms. I feel like if you're a person that likes to play with families, this home is not really for you. I enjoy making smaller homes. I enjoy making 1 bedroom homes, especially 1 bedrooms, because I'm not a huge fan of furnishing bedrooms, so I don't really like to do multiple of them. I would rather do 1. And additionally, when you see me get to the 2nd floor, which has the bedroom on it, it's an incredibly like weird layout, and I don't think I could have got like 2 bedrooms. Maybe I could have got 2 bedrooms, but then the master or something would not have like its own master bathroom or anything like that. So it ends up being a really weird layout on the 2nd floor, just based on how I already did the build, because this is one of the builds that I've done the entire exterior and then I did the interior. There was no like changing much of the exterior because I already finished the outside. And yeah, so this is basically how it looks. You'll see that when you download it, and in the final screenshots, I did put it at nighttime just because there's a lot of interesting light, and I think it looks so much better at night because the lights have like a cool ambiance about them, especially because you can't really see a lot of the lights. Well, you can see the spotlights, but I did put lighting on the floor. I used the pool lighting, and that one sort of creates a really cool ambiance, I guess. It's like a glow from underneath, and it looks kind of cool. And yeah, doing more of the vertical beams, I don't mind them. I think that adds a little bit of privacy. The one on the left side right now, it's a little bit for like structural support, and I think it turned out decently well. And yeah, so the 2nd floor is entirely the master suite. I say master suite, but there's only 1 bedroom, so, you know, there's that. And yeah, it has a study as well, which is kind of nice. It's a really open floor plan. I was trying to find out the best way to kind of lay out the house. I ended up putting the kitchen kind of like right in the middle, and I didn't mind it. The kitchen's not huge. Actually, the space isn't that large. Well, maybe it is kind of large. I was able to get in a dining room, a kitchen, a family room, a study, and then the kind of master suite upstairs. And the study is kind of interesting too. You'll see the layout. So the study is kind of part of the master bedroom. It's really interesting because I tried to get stairs in. Actually, I furnished the entire first floor, but then I forgot to put stairs in, and once I finished furnishing everything, I didn't really have any room for stairs. So what I ended up doing is I closed off one of the rooms. I put stairs in that room, so it's kind of like the master, I don't know, like the master suite kind of area. So you have a study on the bottom, and then there's stairs inside the study, and it goes up to the master bedroom. So it's kind of like a private staircase, which, I mean, I don't mind, especially because the second floor is entirely like one bedroom. If it was like two or multiple bedrooms upstairs, then it would be really weird why the stairs is inside the like study, but I think it turned out okay. This is definitely for those of you guys who are playing like with one sim and only want to play with one sim, and that's definitely kind of my playing style. I like to play with like 1 or 2 sims, not super many. Not a ton of people, and yeah, so this video is like 30 minutes, and that's because I included even like furnishing this bathroom. Not usually, but sometimes I cut bathrooms out just because I found them super boring, but this one has everything in it, so there's no cutting out. I don't even know if I cut it at all. Sometimes I do cut because my phone is linked up to my laptop, and sometimes I get calls and then you'll see like the number at the top right, and I do have to cut it out. So yeah, but this one I believe has no cutting out at all, so yeah. Anyways, this is the dining room. I will say that I think the dining room is probably the most spacious. The kitchen is a little bit cramped. I would have liked to put a dishwasher in. And then the family room, it's actually quite large as well, but the space actually turns out to be a lot narrower than I would have liked, and yeah. So in this build, I was really trying to not go with the classic colors that I always go for. If you've seen any of my past videos, I really like dark wood and like white walls, and I usually do that wall that has the base trim at the bottom. That's like a white wall, white base trim, and then I'll do varying shades of like brown or black wood on the floor, and I always kind of stick with that. This time I'm actually doing something a little bit different, so I'm doing kind of whiter wash floorboards, and I actually use this weird like tiles on the walls. I use like white panels, not panels, they're like large white tiles. It almost looks a little bit like like an insane asylum kind of thing, but I think it actually works somewhat. I was trying to be a little bit different, trying to do a little bit of different things. I always gravitate towards the same kind of wallpapers and floorings, and I thought, you know, I have to explore more other kind of wallpapers and stuff like that. So, yeah, I've never used that wallpaper, the kind of like tiled one, that kind of like brownish, kind of hint of greenish. Yeah, I've never used that wallpaper thing before, and we're using it in today's video. And yeah, so that's basically the dining room, the kitchen. I do really like open floor plans, but I will say I've actually done another build, and that one is completely opposite. I really am trying to do different kinds of builds, just do builds that are a little bit outside my comfort zone. And yeah, so the next build that I have planned is actually kind of interesting too, because it's not open floor plan at all. A lot of the rooms are, well, rooms. A lot of them have like doorways going into each of the rooms. I may be a little bit presumptuous in like talking about it though, because that's not coming out for a week, so you're gonna have to wait for a week, hopefully. So the thing is, also, I'm actually leaving tomorrow. I'm going on vacation for quite a few weeks. I think about like 2, maybe 3 weeks. I actually have no idea when I'm actually coming home. So I'm trying my hardest to pre-record like 3 videos. So far, I did this video yesterday. I did the build yesterday is what I mean. I'm doing the voiceover now. I edited it this morning, and I did another build earlier today. I still need to edit and do the voiceover for that, and then I also have to do another build. So I'm a little strapped for time because I'm leaving tomorrow at like in the afternoon, at night, kind of in the evening. So I don't know. I mean, I will say that hopefully I get 2 videos done. I'm not sure. If you don't see a video from me in the upcoming weeks, it's probably because I didn't meet my deadline, and I'm super sorry about that. I've been packing a lot, and it's so interesting too because I'm going away for like 2 weeks. I can only carry like a teeny tiny carry-on luggage. I mean, I could bring a check-in, but I never really like check-ins because I always feel like I'm gonna lose my bag. I've actually never lost my bag, knock on wood, but I don't know, I'm always a little bit scared that I'm gonna lose my bag, so I never do check-ins. I always carry on, and yeah, the plane's not that big, so we have to have really small carry-ons, and yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I've already packed, so I have everything. What I did was I ended up bringing like tons of dresses, mostly because dresses are super easy. It's like a whole outfit instead of like having to pack pants and top. I don't know why I'm talking about this. You guys don't care. Yeah. Let's go back into the build. So this is the part when I realized, oh shoot, I gotta add the stairs in, and I ended up adding it into that little section. So right now, the downstairs section is open. I did put the vertical beams downstairs, but then I removed them later on because they just didn't look good, and I wanted to actually create like a master suite kind of area, one where only, you know, the owner of the house goes or is allowed in. One of the problems though is that the owner of the house is the only one who kind of has access to this top floor. You know, the top floor is not a like common space, so for guests to come over, you actually have to go through the study, which is weird. So you have to go through the study, you have to go through the master bedroom, and then you can get up to the upstairs like patio area. So it's a little bit weird, but there's a lot of outdoor space as well. I did leave the garden really empty, so you can furnish it however you want. Also, I don't really have much of outdoor furniture. I know that they released like backyard stuff. I mean, kids stuff, not kids stuff. Perfect patio. There's a lot of like packs that have outdoor furniture and outdoor activities, but I don't have any of them. And yeah, so if you do, you can add some in. There's a lot of space to add in. A lot of activities outside. The only thing I have outside is just outdoor seating and like a grill, and that's it. And yeah, so this is the study. I thought that the bookshelf was like perfect right there. The stairs was, you know, it's really hard to furnish underneath stairs, but I actually found that bookshelf worked quite well. It looked really good there. Also, with the stairs, it's blue, and initially I was making it, or I was just putting it there to see the layout, just to see, you know, should I put it there or should I put it somewhere else? And I really had no intention of making the stairs blue, but I ended up keeping it like that because I actually didn't mind it. It kind of went a little bit with the carpet because the carpet has a little bit of blue, a little bit of like gold and orange, and I thought it looked quite well. I also put that massage chair in. I've never used it. I don't know if your sim can get to it because as of right now I have not tested it out, so I'm not really sure if any of the furniture works. But I think that it works. Maybe you can just sit in it. I don't know if you can do anything else. And yeah, so this is the upstairs. this is like the weirdest shaped bedroom I think I've ever done. It was just because I did the outside first, and then I really was trying to do the inside, or make the inside work, and it turned out to be a really, really odd-shaped room. You'll kind of see. So this entire floor, as I've said before, is the master suite, and the master bedroom is just real weird, real weird. I couldn't really put the master bed anywhere. Like, the bed had to go against a wall. Usually I like to put beds kind of only on one wall, but I ended up having to put it in a corner. And yeah, so I think as far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure your Sims can get to the other side. You can have like 2 Sims in this home fine. Yeah. And yeah, so here, as you can see, it's like a weird little hallway corridor area where you can get to the deck. And then there's also like a back balcony, which will furnish in probably like the last couple minutes of this build. And yeah, I also really was trying to get a little bit of color. I did put my pop art sloth painting and, what is that, like an otter or something like that? No, I think the sloth one that I always think is the sloth is an otter, and I'm not sure what the other one is. But I did put that in, and that brought a lot of color to the room. So I added like a bright orange chair, I added a blue little ottoman, like square ottoman, and yeah, so here's another area that I'm trying to be a little bit different with colors, because a lot of times I use the spa day tiles. I feel like spa day, no one ever plays with spas. You go to it once in your game and like that's basically it. I mean, like, what else is there to do? But spa day is like one of my favorite packs because of all the items. I use their wallpapers and then their flooring all the time. It's kind of a problem. I don't know, I always really love the tiles and the walls. I think that they're super modern, super clean. They come in a lot of great colors as well. So basically, with a lot of packs, I feel like a lot of people like packs based on how, they add to gameplay, but I usually like packs based on all the items that they have. Which, I don't know, I mean, you can tell from that statement that I'm definitely more builder over game player, but, whatever. Anyways, so for the entire home, this master bathroom ends up being pretty large. I was able to get a lot of stuff in it. I was able to get like a whole set in it. It has, everything that you need. It only has one sink. I thought, maybe this isn't, I mean, you could have this as a couple's home, so you could add another sink in, but I only have one sink in, just because I didn't really have to deal with putting 2 side by side. And yeah, I've also never used that spa day little wooden, I don't know what you call it. It's like a rug. It's in the rug section, but I ended up sizing it down and putting it in front of the shower. Basically, a lot of my videos now, or not my videos now, but basically in this video, I'm really trying to do a little bit of different stuff. I feel like I'm bogged down into a lot of the same items. I like to use a lot of the same items, and I'm really trying to do something different. Also, I didn't mention it, but I did use purple. So this upstairs kind of patio section, you can see the cushions on the benches, it's purple. Something that I also wanted to mention is that downstairs in the living room, the rug is purple. And I've never used that before, but I clicked the purple and I actually really liked it. This home is playing with colors a lot. Even though the home is kind of on the neutral side, there are like pops of colors that I really like, and there's no super strong color scheme or anything like that. I did use a lot of different colors, trying to make it a little bit color happy, color friendly, and yeah, this outdoor section is gigantic. You have a huge section for just lounging. You have a like eating table and stuff. It's super big for the rest of this house, which you know, it ends up being super weird layout on the inside, but I actually really liked it from the outside, and I did use a lot of those spotlights. And yeah, so you can see on the upper deck area, the upper patio, that I used a lot of spotlights in places, and then I continued to do that all over the house. Also, so I did put a garbage can in, I don't know, I think I already did it, but it was only like a couple of seconds long. Oh wait, I didn't do it yet. Am I doing it here? Yeah, I'm doing it here. So I did put a garbage can in. I did forget to put a mailbox in. I feel like I usually remember garbage cans, but I never remember mailbox. There definitely should be like a mailbox in, if I'm not wrong, is there a mailbox like in the catalog? I mean, there's a mailbox in the catalog, but usually when you furnish by room, they have a lot of items, and in the kitchen they have the trash cans, but there's no like one for a mailbox, I think. So usually I forget to do mailboxes. I sometimes forget to do the trash cans, but mailboxes are definitely the ones that I always forget. So with this, I did like, as you can see from the beginning, I used that really big stone block and I sized it down like numerous steps. I'm not sure if this is the smallest it can go, but it's like one of the, like real a lot smaller than how it used to be. Change it to black and then put it on the ends of the fences or half walls. And I really liked the way that it looked. It kind of finished the fencing nicely. The only thing though is that I wish it was a little bit of a different color. I ended up having to settle for black, even though I really wanted it to be like a darker brown. And yeah, so I ended up sizing it down, and I know I'm going a little bit behind, but I ended up putting lights on them, and I think it looks really cool. Again, this home is a lot of me just doing different things than I usually would, and you know, it's always great to do a little bit of different stuff, to branch out, not to always do the same thing over and over again. Even though this is a style that I do really like and I do a lot, which is kind of like modern, very boxy styles. And yeah, the gardening, or not the gardening, the landscaping is super minimal. As I said, I don't really have many of the outdoor packs, like perfect patio or backyard stuff or anything, so I don't have a lot of furniture to fill out the backyard. If you download this, you might have to do a lot of that stuff. And yeah, so here it's a little bit on the blander side, I'm not gonna lie. There's not a whole lot of decor on the outside, but we add a lot of lights, and I think the lights make it look really cool. And yeah, so this is the furnishing of the patio. Not the patio, the balcony. The balcony is a really weird shape, as you can see. So the little stone block thing in the middle kind of creates an interesting balcony that's like a U, kind of like a shallow U. And I ended up just putting a chair and a plant, and that was it. And I think it turns out alright. And yeah, my favorite part though is like all the vertical beams. I love the one on in the backyard with the one that's like stacked on top of each other. I don't know, there's something cool about it that's like a structural support, but also a little bit of design. It's cool when some things are like functional and fashionable, which is always nice. And yeah, so just adding a lot more lights. I think we're getting close to the end. I did like the little fencing that I put around. It just kind of made it feel very clean and manicured. And yeah, here are the screenshots. The lighting is screwed up, if you can see by that square block by the fence. But you know, it's up to you to pay attention to that. If it really bothers you, I'm pretty sure it's because of the square blocks. You can get rid of it, and I think the lighting will be fine. But I didn't mind it. I thought it looked cool. I was willing to sacrifice the weird lighting for the little block that's at the end of the fence. And yeah, so here's the outside. I don't have any screenshots of it in the daytime, because I like it at the nighttime, so I don't know, if you download it, you can see what it looks like in daytime, but I'm pretty sure you can use your imagination and see what it looks like. This is what the inside looks like. I did carry the stone from the outside towards the inside. I don't do that a lot, but I really liked the way that it turned out in this build. And yeah, this is the master bathroom. I'm using like a lot of two-tones of walls. I don't really like when a room is all one color. I like to mix and match colors. Here's the floor plan. And yeah, that is pretty much it. We have the roof. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye!